The Night Witch is how teenage pilots turned rags and wood into Hitler's worst nightmare. You're a German sentry on the Eastern Front midnight. A faint whoosh slides over your head like a broom, slicing the wind. It was a swarm of teenage Soviet women flying wooden, so fragile you could punch a fist through the wings. He handed her the bare minimum. Obsolete Polikarpov Po-2 biplanes that sputtered at 90 miles per hour and carried no radios, no armor, barely enough fuel for a 2-hour hop. German soldiers swore the ghostly hiss sounded like witches' broom scents. The nickname, neck-thick, shoot 'em down, near impossible. The slow speed that mocked them by day let them twist and stall turn away from Messerschmitt fighters that stalled if they tried to match it. But the women carved a deadly advantage from these shortcomings. They flew without guns, knowing capture meant torture as witches overseas. Still, from 1942 to 1945, they launched over 30,000 sorties up to 80 missions per crew, per night, crippling ammo dumps, bridges, and frontline trenches. And when the Soviet Air Force tallied honors, the 588th Night Bomber Regiment emerged as one of the war's most decorated units built on plywood, faith, and sheer nerve. One squadron alone dropped more than 23,000 tons of explosives. Then darkness erupts into fire. You scramble for cover, but it's too late. The sky is empty, no engines, no planes, just burning supply depots and the echo of terror. You've just met the Night Witches. Here's the truth. Textbooks, skip. The most feared bomber regiment of World War II was Anti, powered by state-of-the-art aircraft or seasoned male aces. In 1941, as Hitler's armies blitzed into Russia, 20-something Marina Raskova thinks Soviet Amelia Earhart convinced Stalin to gamble on an all-female combat wing. Lieutenant Yekaterina Ryabova earned the Hero of the Soviet Union Medal at age 20. 30 of these women made ace status. None earned the luxury of parachutes. They flew only at night. Approaching the target, they'd cut the engine, letting the little plane glide in total silence until the bombs released. Each pilot squeezed into men's boots, stuffed with newspaper for fit, and relied on kitchen timers to track bomb runs. Captain Nadezhda Popova was shot down 3 times, once riddled with 42 bullet holes, yet climbed back into another P-2 before sunrise. Yet the price was brutal. 30 Night Witches never came home, their flimsy planes bursting into fireballs if a single tracer found its mark. When Berlin finally fell, the Germans didn't shake fists at Red Army tanks. They whispered about the silent wings that turned their nights to panic. So next time you hear the wind brush a rooftop, imagine those young pilots gliding inches above trees, faces numb with cold, hearts roaring louder than their engines ever could. What other forgotten warriors reshaped history from the shadows? Hit subscribe, and we'll dive into the secrets the archives still keep locked away.